Hey there, welcome to Dirty Socks. Today we're going to dive into a true story about a time when authority overstepped its bounds and a badge wasn't shining so brightly. All this is based on a true story that happened in a true town and to a true person. The names and places have been changed to protect everyone, kind of like a redacted copy of a warrant, which we'll have here up and out. So stay tuned and figure out whether you like this or not. But listen, this all happened and it's all true. Story has to do with police misconduct. Importance of accountability. It's a personal story which we're about to share. So sit down, grab some popcorn, and get ready. I'm your host, Caleb DeWald, and I'm here with my co-host, Wanda. What's up, Wanda? Hey, this is a true story that we're about to get into. It really happened. All of this is very factual. Okay? It's very, very factual. None of the things we're about to say in any of these episodes coming up are going to be false or exaggerated or anything like that. They're all going to be absolutely as they are, and you'll be able to read them as you follow along on YouTube here, because the pictures will pop up and you can see it in plain print what was done. All right, so you know that we'll be able to back up what we're saying. Of course. Let's do it. All right, let's get into it. On January 17th of 2023, in the small town of Northington, a young man was abruptly alerted by his now ex-wife that he was due upstairs for a conversation. Apparently, his ex-wife was upset because her daughter had said that there was a phone under the door while she was in the shower. This was a ploy used by the ex-wife. Her name is Gabby. Okay? And the ultimate achievement, or the ultimate purpose for this whole ploy, was to get into the phone of this young man, whose name was Thew. She tried and said, Thew, if you don't open your phone and show it to me, I'm gonna call the police. Thew wouldn't open his phone. I don't blame him. Nope. So she kept to her word. Gabby right there just called the police. Wow. Yep. Police came, and they came in the house, and there's body cam footage of everything, which can be seen somewhere else, but not here at this point in time. But there is body cam footage of this happening, and the police showed up at the residence. Now, as far as I can tell from this story, as I read through it, the police were there for a good hour or so. And through that hour, one particular police officer wants to take Thew's phone. Oh boy, right? Even though Thew had already opened it up and allowed them to search it and go through it and found nothing, giving them zero probable cause, correct? They still wanted the phone. Yeah. So, therefore, they sat there, the police officer who actually took the phone, seized it illegally, went there and did everything she could to get consent from Thew to release the phone, and Thew wouldn't do it. But until she took it off the table, illegally, with no probable cause, no arrest, because Thew was never arrested, right? And, no warrant. None of those three things that she needs in order to seize any property in the Yakima state, according to the ACLU and the MPAP, she took it illegally. Wow. Yeah. And so they took it on the 17th, okay? On the body cam footage, they show that this said officer, who was Officer R, okay, tried to open it and show Gabby what was on it. Really? Which is even more illegal. Totally illegal. Completely illegal. Yep. And they tried to fit it under the door and it didn't fit. Shocking. It was also an Apple iPhone, which in this house contained 4 Apple iPhones. Right. It was only this one they were after. Of course it was. They already knew that they wanted this phone. Right. You went through it. Right. There's another iPhone in that house, right, that is completely identical to the one you want. How do you know that that's the one? And how does said victim know whose it was standing behind a door? Yeah, that's impossible. It's impossible. Correct. That's correct. Scroll it back a little bit, a few weeks, month or two. Gabby was becoming upset at Thew and with Thew, and tension was growing, okay, at this point. And she, distanced herself from their marriage. She did, okay. And Thew wasn't doing much to, work on it, right? All right, yep, take still, yep. And on that New Year's, they spent no time together. Yep. Christmas was a debacle, and New Year's was a debacle. So, come the 17th of that January, all hell breaks loose. Oh, and If he had just opened his phone, none of this would have happened. But he didn't want to. That was the statement. That was the statement given to the police. If he had just opened... That infers targeting. Exactly. Targeting. Entrapment and targeting. Yep. Which means it's premeditated. Of course it does. It is premeditated because it was said by several students at NHS that the victim was speaking about it at the lunch tables. What? Her mother Gabby had told the victim that she wanted a divorce and wanted out. Gabby believed that Thew was cheating on her. Oh my goodness. He was having affairs. Okay, so if that's the case, why doesn't she just divorce Thew? Because she didn't have any real reason. She wanted into Thew's phone for the reason verification. Yes, right. To validate her reason for getting divorced or leaving. She wanted out. Okay. And so she went as far as to call the police. That's pretty damn far. After that, Gabby had no choice but to keep going. This is where she enlists the rest of the police department of NPD to actually help her. Wow. Yep. Holy cow. Back to the 23rd, when NPD was actually at the house, okay, at 111 South Street, she was sitting there on camera on the front step, pulling a burner phone out of her pocket and answering it. Wow. Yes. After telling everyone, all the police officers, that the child, they had the phone that was exactly like the one that the NPD wanted, was downstairs in the basement. When you can visibly see his head in his room upstairs of this house. Wow. So it's like, what? Holy cow. Yep. In the call records to Verizon, Thew had all the access to the records. Okay. There is a 5-hour gap where no calls, no texts, no nothing were made to Gabby's phone. And she went through all this. Really? Right? Interesting. And so because of that, he got curious and ended up calling the police department. He calls NPD and asks what time the actual 911 call was placed. At first response, we never got a call from that number. Wow. So after that, yeah, he has to hire an attorney because now, well, let's wait on that. Remind us of that when we get back to it because that's down the road a little bit. Because he doesn't get arrested for anything. Right. Until March, the end of March. Go figure. Which is ironic, right? NPD took Thew's phone on the 17th. Okay. On the 18th, he asked for it back and they denied it. Okay. They applied for the warrant on the 20th and somehow got it that day. And searched his phone on the 20th. And then when you see the actual, affidavit or the, consent thing, it says they seized it on the 24th. What? So how do you search something that you didn't even have? Exactly. It's messed up. Wow. It's awful. It's stupid. It's awful. So all this is happening to Thew and he has no idea. All he knows is he didn't do it. Right. So we move on a little bit. So now Thew has no phone. They've absconded with it. He can't get it back. Yeah. And for zero reason. Right. His wife Gabby is gone. His family's torn apart, and he has no idea why. Yeah. He sits there for 2 months and has no idea what the hell's going on. Yeah. Had to go out and obviously get a new phone. Right. And waits. Finally, they summons him that he has to turn himself in because there's a warrant for his arrest. So poor Thew is here like, no, what the hell for? Right. What did I do? Right. What happened? They searched it. Found nothing. Of course not. Absolutely nothing. Wow. And whoever is sucking the judge's debt, got it signed in a full-fledged warrant. Wow. Yes. What was the time frame on that? That was, the search warrant was signed on the 20th, okay, of January, and it was only effective till the 3rd of February. Okay. They didn't get a warrant until the, I think it was the 9th, okay, of March. Let's see. It was the 9th of March. Okay. They got a warrant for his arrest. Okay. And in this, it says, on 1/20/23, the black Apple iPhone that was taken to Plainville Police Department, Detective D conducted an extraction of the black Apple iPhone cellular smart telephone inside of a black silk case utilizing Celebrite Gray Key OS. He then processed the data utilizing Celebrite Physical Analyzer. He exported the data into a Celebrite reader for me to analyze. I then went through the Celebrite reader and did not locate any recovered photos or videos from 11723 depicting images of victim or images of the bathroom in which the incident reportedly occurred. He did discover, however, that I did discover that the cellular phone camera was active for a total of 7 minutes and 27 seconds between 2000 hours and 2100 hours on 11723. The black camera was active during the following times, and he lists them. And how did we start this out? Did I tell you what we were doing? No. The kids? No. The kids were downstairs tearing the basement apart. Yep. And they took everything apart. Okay. So Thew's kids, were down there. The victim wanted nails done. Okay. And the boy wanted to get some game for his whatever he had, PlayStation at the time. Okay. They didn't have any money. Okay. So Thew said, listen, if you help me repair the basement, I'll pay you for that. Okay. And then you can get the things you want. Great. Compromise. Thew was downstairs taking pictures of the basement that was being demoed by the two kids. Okay. To then link it up onto social media. Oh, which he never got a chance to do. Because the NPD officers took it. So he never loaded them up. So basically, Thew got divorced over pictures of a basement. Pretty much that's exactly what that poor man got arrested for. Yep. Then had to sit there and put the whole thing back together by himself. Oh, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. That's sad. It's just sad. I was going to say it's a very, very sad situation. It's a sad state of affairs. And it sucks. Yeah, it does. Because none of this was to Thew's knowledge. Now, Thew had no idea, what was going on. He was bamboozled by everything, right? They took their shot. Gabby and victim took their shot. Victim lied about it. Gabby swore to it under oath. Oh. And then told the story after that of what happened. Oh my. Then proceeded to have the NPD police department help her in furthering building a case. Oh my goodness. And we'll get into those in separate episodes. Okay. Alright. But that's what happened. Wow. That was the night of January 17th of 2023. Thew was devastated. He had no idea what was going on. Of course. He didn't open his phone because of reasons he had. Of course. And it wasn't victim on his phone. Okay. It was other things. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Thew was not the best behaved husband. Thew had pictures of naked people that Gabby knew. Ew. Not good at all. Ew. No, not. And that's why Thew wouldn't open his phone. Well, that kind of makes sense. Not only naked pictures, but text messages to go along with them. Oh boy. Which were very sexually charged. Yeah. And so Thew was like, I'm not showing you my phone. Nah. And all her response was, if you had just opened it, we wouldn't be in here. Yes, we would have been. We were getting there either way. Exactly. The only thing Thew didn't realize is that it would have gone much farther after that, which is the whole corruption part of this story. This is the tip of the iceberg. This is just the beginning. From here, it goes sideways fast for Thew. Yeah, it's brutal. Oh. And one of the arresting officers from MPD is married to a girl named Barbie Joan. Okay. His name's Danny McDonald. Okay. Barbie Joan and Danny are in the circle of friends with Thew and Gabby. Wow. Barbie Joan and Danny are friends with Gabby's first ex-husband, Tad. Tad used to work with Barbie Joan at a restaurant in the town of Northington. Oh, wow. Yeah, this plot is thickening. And they used to go to university football games. Wow. Together. And there's pictures of that. Okay. Now, when all this was going on, Barbie Joan was an instigator through the whole thing. Okay. How else would you be able to... Gabby was not the most intelligent person. She couldn't have hatched a scheme like this by herself. Yeah, she would have had to have had people inside the NPD. Wow. Do you know what I mean? Well, obviously, it has this kind of story. And her first ex-husband, victim's father, has a brother who is a police officer, a detective. Oh, but boom. So now there's two, ties, right, to the NPD, right. And all of this snowballs so quickly, there's no rhyme or reason to anything. And Thew had this one friend. His name was James. Okay. And James said to him, Gabby's trying to build a case against you. And Thew looked at him and said, how would she be able to build a case? James's answer? Yep. I don't know. She just is. Well, of course she'd be able to if she had help. Yes. Well, yeah. To do any kind of what you're telling me that's going on, they have to have help. They have to have help. Is it? Yeah. Yep. So, effectively, Thew and Gabby were getting divorced. Okay. Alright. Thew was getting divorced, and by March 9th, he was arrested. And when he walked out of the police, obviously he had to call a bondsman to bail him out. Yep. Right? Walks out. He goes, they only charge you that much bail? You'll be out of here in no time. Wow. Nope. He was right. He was right. Had they not, not coerced, if they had not teamed up, and continued to stack things upon, which were also untrue. And we can get into that in the next episode, because each one of these episodes is going to be about each warrant that was issued for Thew's arrest, which made his head spin. Yeah, I mean, it's because he had no idea how the hell they were doing this. Right. Or why. Or right. Well, both questions, really. Thew had to look over his shoulder every day and say, am I getting arrested today? No, I know. But we'll get into that, and I'll explain how Thew went through the whole thing. Okay. It was crazy. Wow. I can only imagine. Yeah, it's nuts. Man, it sounds horrible. Yep. It is horrible. And poor Thew. Poor Thew. Yep. He wasn't the greatest guy. Well, had one night. He deserved a lot of it, but Thew did not deserve everything he got. True story on that. And it came from a jaded Gabby, who was taking out her first divorce into her second one with Tad. But Tad probably feels bad, so goes to the police, right? Wouldn't Tad walk up to Thew and punch him in the face for doing what he did? Probably. Tad would have gone up to anybody that had done that, right, and done the same thing. It wasn't even his child, right? So the question mark is, why didn't Tad do something or say something to Thew? You know what? Only he knows the answer to that one. Because they told him not to. Well, that's exactly what they did. It's exactly what happened. Yep. Wow. So, anyway, there were no images, pictures, child porn, anything on Thew's phone. Nothing of evidence. Okay. They gave the phone back to him after they went through it. Okay. They seized it illegally. Yep. And then searched it illegally. Okay. So when they gave it back, what happened? They never gave it back. Oh, they never gave it back. They destroyed his property for no reason. Oh my goodness. Because the law enforcement is now allowed to just pull you over. I was showing you that today. I was like, this is what, hell yes. Right? Yes. That's what happened to you. Yep. Okay. They can just walk into your house and be like, oh, there's some money. That's drug money. And then seize it. Wow. That's what they think they can do. And they can't. And that's what they did to Thew. Oh. And that's why Thew's pissed. Wow. Well, so he's full right to be pissed. Yeah. But there's more about the story, including Barbie Joan and Danny. Okay. Because it gets worse. And it's all based on their daughter, Noah. Yeah. That's an interesting story, and I can't wait to get into that one. That sounds interesting. Next time. Anyway, that's it for now. Join us again on Dirty Socks, because this is where we're going to start exposing corruption, wrongdoings, misconduct of anything. This just happens to be the police. Next time, it could be town hall. It could be a business. It doesn't matter, but that's what this is going to be for. We're here to take calls, emails, and all of that. We'll have our email up and ready to go by next episode. And you can just send us shout outs and whatever things that happened in the things you want looked into or investigated or whatever, because at this point in time in life, all you need is a microphone. Watch out, people. Truth's coming out. The truth is coming out. And it's coming out big. Yeah. And don't forget about those people that were on Thew's phone. That's the shocker. Oh, fucking Thew. Anyway, alright, that's it for now, guys. Do your laundry. We'll see you later. Dirty Socks. Bye.